Deep within the Colorado Rocky Mountains was an orphanage that was ran by a group of nuns that only adopted out possessed children. The nuns were part of a worldwide cabal, and these women called themselves the Infernal Sisters of Lilith. The children were provided by an underground network of dark priests and nuns. They bred these children for one purpose, and that was to adopt them out to parents not knowing that they were adopting an actual demon, or sometimes demons. Once the child was adopted, a few weeks would pass and the adoptive parents would start to notice some strange and unnatural behaviors. For example, waking up to the child staring at them from a dark corner of the bedroom, not saying a word, scratching the wall and leaving deep embedded marks. At first they assumed it was sleepwalking induced by stress and a new place, until the child's eyes would change to pitch black. No white showing, just blackout eyes. If that wasn't concerning enough, neighbors and their children started winding up missing or dead. One example was when one of the neighbors and their whole family were found bound and taped to the seats of the family van in the garage while the car exhaust was left running all night. The police labeled it as a suicide, but you could tell that even law enforcement didn't believe that scenario and were genuinely concerned. The adoptive parents would then usually call the orphanage, explaining to the nuns what they were witnessing, and felt that the child had serious problems. The neighborhood also became frightened of them, especially after children were mysteriously missing, dying, or getting hurt. When the parents would confront the adopted child, the response they got would leave them frightened, as the child would respond back with a blank stare, eyes black as pitch, and a guttural response whispered into the parent's ear. "I am Legion." The orphanage would respond by saying they needed to be more patient with the child's behavior, and they were just adjusting to the new worldly environment. The parents didn't quite know what that meant, but were deeply concerned for their lives and completely unaware that they were raising a demon. The parents faced their final demise days later and were eventually found by concerned neighbors that hadn't heard or seen the family in days, stuffed in a garage freezer. The couple were both found frozen with an expression of fear on both of their faces. The child was found not responsible and was taken back to the orphanage shortly after, awaiting for their next adoptive family.